Hi folks, I hope everybody's doing really good. Today I'm going to do a little bit on some Sheffield knives. It's been a while since I did some, and I lost one of them that I can't find, but I'll explain that later when that comes up. But let's take a quick spin around the block and then I'll show you my newest Sheffield knife. Not going to say much, you can pretty much see everything out here. Go across this way. You'll see 3 new ones on the block there. Well, they were in the last video. And I made a couple changes over here. Added another Puma marble over this way. And the Sasquatch blades in the Randall Adventure and Training School of Survival sticker. And the Bulkers and some Sheffield there and a Schrade. But let's take a look at some old Sheffield knives. Old big worker knives. First, right here, this is, let's pull the light in a little bit. This is late 19th century, maybe 1880 or so. And it's made out of ox horn. Carbon steel, steel bolster. And it's a real eyewitness knife from Taylor's of Sheffield. So there's like one of the oldest Taylor eyewitnesses around that's still working, I think. But had nice engraving in there. Beautiful work knife. Still snappy as ever, which is a trait of the Sheffield knives. And I'll just show you that on this. This is by Christopher Johnson and Company. And you'll see I have this out quite a bit. This is one of my favorite back pocket carries. This is made out of ebony, steel bolster. It's carbon steel, but it's in really good shape. And you'll see on the tang stamp here, C. Johnson and Company. C. Johnson, Sheffield, England. And as you'll see, it's like a bear trap there. Then we get into an old classic out of Sheffield. This is from Richard's Lamppost. And this is a shell knife. It's all tin underneath with a plastic covering. This again is steel construction. It does look like those are brass liners. Here's your bail, which you can... And I'm amazed that this is in such great shape because it's actually built really well for the materials used. You'll see Richards, Sheffield, England. You'll see the little lamppost in the middle. Quite a bit of oil on that dog. But it's been stored for a while. I was actually using it around the kitchen a lot, and then I figured, well, I better preserve, because you don't see them in this good condition that often. So there's an old Richards. This is an old Whitby, probably 60s era. Whitby's not exactly Sheffield. I think it's north, and it's a port town. But you'll see it's Whippy's is a I think it's a like a hardware store, like a Sears was here in America. Department store, hardware store. This is just a regular hardwood pruner, made in England. And then the ultimate work knife is the Barlow. And this is how Barlows were made before they got all pretty. Check out this beautiful cover here. It's all done at the factory there. This is also a Christopher Johnson. As you'll see, that was done at the factory. CJ Christopher Johnson with the flag on the bolster. Again, a steel bolster, not nickel silver. All steel construction. Ooh, do I got a little bit of a crack there? Wouldn't doubt it, because this thing's snappy. This is like a bear trap, too. Always worried I'm going to cut myself, because these take a lot of push to get them open. And there you go. Johnson, Sheffield of England, with your little flag. Of course, it's not going to focus in. There you go. You can see the flag is laying sideways. It's all bone, real bone. Really nice Barlow. But yeah, there's your English Barlow. It's, I don't know, I can't date that because Christopher Johnson, I don't know, these both have the same tang stamp. So I can't date either one. I'm figuring probably pre-1950 on both of them. But one day maybe I'll try and get them dated. So now the newest one, now that we've seen some old Sheffield knives, this comes to you from James & Company, Fine Pocket Knives and Collectibles. This is 33W, which is probably the wrong box because W was for wood. I think the 33S is for Stag. But once we get inside, you'll see it's Stag. And this is from the Sheffield maker Arthur Wright and Son. Check out this Stag. Now it's got a nice, I would say a concave, but you kind of need that because you have to have a good grip on a knife like this, because let me warn you, if you go out and buy one, this has definitely a 10 pull. And this one is so tight, I'm not even going to try and do it with my hand because I'll cut it. But you want to hear a bear trap? Whoa. Almost knocked everything over. Let's try that again without all the extra movements. Solid, strong spring. Little bit of a gap up at the top here. Nothing to worry about because there's no blade wobble. Beautiful Lambfoot blade. This is C70, and which is a carbon steel. And you'll notice on the tang stamp it doesn't say A. Wright and Son. It just says Made in Sheffield. So I'm wondering if this is the stamp for the carbon steel, whereas the A. Wright is the stainless, when they put A. Wright and Son on there. Yeah, it's C70 steel. It's not real sharp, but it won't take much to get a really good edge on that. Beautiful polished stag. And what we should do, let's see. We need to get out the bat signal. Only it'll be the slick slicer signal. You know how to call Batman, you do the bat signal. So let's do with a Taylor Eyewitness. Let's see if we can get the slick slicer signal. Do it from up here. There you go, calling Slick. We got a question for you, Slickster. Since he'll know everything about Arthur Wright because he knows Ashley, the owner. So yeah, I'm just wondering, Slick, if you can answer that question. Does that mean that it's carbon? Because I noticed some of the Arthur Wright say Arthur Wright and Son on them, and some of them just say Made in Sheffield. Let's get quick measurements on this, then I'll let you go. Definitely a 4-inch handle, front to back. Blade length is slightly over 3, with the cutting edge of about 2 7/8, slightly under 3. So this is definitely a worker. Really comfortable. Doesn't have nothing to stop you from sliding up on the blade, so you'd have to be a little careful about that. I don't see that being any kind of problem. Beautiful stag there. Now the knife that I'm missing is one I got from James and Company. He's a AAPK seller that's all about pocket knives here in the States, which will save the American buyers a little bit of money on the shipping. But the prices are probably equal to, if maybe a little bit lower than what you might get if you order it overseas. But for the American buyers, this is a good option. James and Company, and it's on allaboutpocketknives.com. So there you have it. Oh, here, let's take a look. This is nice and flush. There's that little bit of a gap there, but everything's nice and flush up here. And the blade centering is not spot on, but it's not hitting the liner, so it's not too bad, especially for a nice Stag user. Really nice knife. So, but anyway, I also bought what's called an English tackler, which is kind of like a Lambfoot. It's kind of a Lambfoot hybrid sheepfoot, but I can't find it. That's the bad thing about having like 300 knives in your collection. But it'll turn up one day. So, and then I'll show it then. In the meantime, let's put out a few here. Got the Arthur Wright Lambfoot. We got, this was a gift from Slick Slicer. This is the Joseph Rogers Lambfoot, which is a little bit smaller. Nice blade. And there you go, Rogers. And it's stainless, Sheffield, England. Put that up there. And a Taylor's Eyewitness, made by Wright. Fully worked back in a translucent, buttery, translucent ram horn. And they do their Lambfoot where it's almost kind of, this is kind of like Arthur Wright's English tackler blade, the tip, where it's kind of a hybrid between a lamb's foot and a sheep's foot. That's a beauty right there. Way to go, Wright. And here I got more Stag. More Arthur Wright Stag. As you can see, it's very similar to the newest. I really love this kind of Stag. I've said it before, it's almost like a marble stone kind of look to it. But this isn't a Lambfoot. This was also a gift from Slick. Slick's got a lot of, he's helped me out with my Sheffield collection quite a bit when I first started collecting. And he sent me this Arthur Wright Barlow, which, as you can see, says Arthur Wright and Son, Limited, Sheffield, England. And I think this is stainless, because I've used it quite a bit and it hasn't stained yet. So we got 3 stainless and 1 carbon. Take a look here. And we'll take another look at some of the older Sheffield knives. So, my friends, until next time, take care. Peace. Bye-bye.